Welcome back to the studio. We are going to be talking about the Ahsoka TV show that just came out on Disney Plus. Episode 1 and 2, we're going to do just kind of our general thoughts,
Mhm,
pros and cons,
mhm.
and then we're going to wrap it up.
So visually, very good, a lot better than anything Disney Plus has done with their shows. Visually, I
Mm,
think it's very good so far. I think it's a slow and kind of dry show as far as the dialogue and acting, but visually it's been good.
mhm.
I have to disagree with you. I think visually it's fine, but the environments are the most boring that we've seen up to this point, especially when you compare it to Mandalorian season 1. The environments there,
Mm.
were
Well, there's
so
not
much more interesting.
beautiful skate, but like the lightsabers look good, the animation looks good. It looks very,
Look, it's
episode 1 and
passable, but
2.
it's nothing noteworthy, which is a
Well,
real
they're
bummer
they're
to.
also they're also spending a lot of time on Lothal, which is very much like plains. It's plains and hills.
Mm,
Uh,
Mhm.
if you're familiar with the Rebels TV show, that's where Ezra Bridger is from.
mhm.
That's his home. That's the tower that Sabine is in. Is his
But
tower,
where are the shots with the double moons or something that
right?
we've seen from
You
the
know what? I was
classics,
thinking
right?
about the
It's
same
not
thing.
Tatooine.
I was
It's
thinking
not
about the
Doesn't
same
have to
Tatooine.
thing.
be.
Um,
Just give us a spectacle, just
even
one,
even just
right?
like looking up into the stars, into the
Yeah.
galaxy. My initial impression is unimpressed with the first two episodes. Not angry, not necessarily like angry or like that
Yeah,
film Myth.
kind of dull.
Just kind of unimpressed.
And, bored, just walking
Yeah.
through. Just as slow as the characters move, so does
Hmm.
our interest level, just slow.
Um. Yeah, and so kind of coming off of that, let's give a couple. Let's give the pros.
Okay.
Here's a pro for me. I think for the most part, costume design and practical effects, good,
Yeah,
good.
that
They
I
look
would
good.
agree with
I'm
Wyatt.
enjoying the robot fights.
Hmm.
Not I like the look of the robots. I like the way the
Yeah, yeah,
robots
yeah.
are fighting. They actually feel like a formidable enemy,
Hmm.
which we don't typically get to see with droids. I guess a lot of times droids in Star Wars are just easy to kill, except for Taika Waititi's one.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
at least in this, there's, like, multiple scenarios with these droids that they actually feel like, they're a threat, and so that's a cool thing to round out, I believe.
I
Also,
like.
the villains, I like 'em. I
They
I'm
look
I'm
cool.
digging 'em.
They look really cool.
That
The
girl with
I
the
can dig
bangs and her
girl,
dark stare, I'm digging
yeah,
it.
her
I think
her
it's
her
she's a cool
look,
Mhm.
character.
her master, the Ray Stevens, who sadly passed away.
Mhm.
His character looks really cool. He's big shoulders,
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
like kind of big beard and hair. It just looks really cool, and ominous. And then they have this like knight, masked character, and we know Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah.
There's always a
The
masked
Inquisitor.
character. Yeah,
Right.
the Inquisitor. I like all of their looks. I like everybody's look. I have
Mhm.
no complaints about that. They stuck with Ahsoka's look. They stuck with Hera's look and Sabine's look.
Did Sabine
Yeah.
have that color hair in the
Her
cartoon?
hair changed pretty
I will
often.
say I might not have a problem with her look, but I'm definitely having a problem with her facial looks. She's a little
Yeah,
Yeah.
too sassy for my
she was
liking.
she was kind of sassy in the show. I actually think the casting for her is really
Was
good.
good.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
very good.
her attitude, me not investing into her
Mm.
character with the animated series, I am just put off by her character's
Yeah.
attitude,
Well,
you know?
in the show, you kind of had Ezra and Kanan to balance out her kind of hot headedness. You had her
Yeah.
and Hera. Hera was very much kind of like a leader and the pilot, the
Right.
kind of move things along. And Sabine was a explosives expert, Mandalorian kind of just go for it. And then Ezra and Kanan were Jedi. They had their own
Yeah.
little thing going on.
Go ahead.
Before we get into the cons,
I got a couple more pros.
what do you
Yeah.
guys think about the? Yeah, what do you think about the lightsaber fights? Because I'm enjoying them. Some people might not be, but I am. I think all
They
lightsaber
weren't
fights have
as
been
bad as they could
decent.
have been.
Look,
Yeah,
overall, except
a lot
for
more fight.
all the times that you can obviously tell that there's a moment at the beginning with Ahsoka and a droid that
Mm,
reminds me of the spinning Vasbesta guy. You know what I mean?
mhm.
With the
Mhm.
spinning and the gunshot from
Yeah.
Book of
Yes.
Boba Fett. It's they do unnecessary spin moves to try to fake
Agreed.
fake, I guess,
They do, yeah.
It
intensity for their
it's
strike.
high fantasy fighting.
Besides that, the fight's fine. I don't know why the girl
Mhm.
just didn't stab Sabine, and then instead of doing the inefficient thing of
Pulling it
pulling it
straight
straight
out.
out, why
Yeah.
don't you just go sideways, like 2
Sideways.
Sideways.
inches, and you
Yes.
have your saber out, and you don't even have to retract your whole arm,
And as a reminder, that shot killed Qui-Gon Jinn.
right?
Yeah, I don't
The
think
internet's
she
saying
would be
Qui-Gon
alive.
Jinn is a wussy,
Yeah,
right?
that killed Qui-Gon Jinn.
Because now we got the girl from the redeemed antagonist from Kenobi, who gets stabbed by a
Yeah, she
saber.
stabbed in
She
the
survives.
stomach.
Now we got Sabine gets
Everybody's
stabbed
been
in the
stabbed
stomach.
in the stomach.
Well, women
Yeah.
have 2 stomachs, I guess.
They do. They're like cows. They have
Whoa,
yeah.
okay, chill, dude. Alright.
I think that the writing as far as dialogue is not really an
We haven't gotten
improvement.
into cons yet.
This
We are in
this is
cons.
no,
Oh, are
this
we
is
into cons?
look,
We're in cons.
Okay.
this is not a con. This is it stayed the same. From, you know, The Mandalorian dialogue
Mm.
between, I think there's issues with the edit, the pacing of the scenes, but as far as dialogue depth, it's about the same as Mandalorian. I don't think it's dumber, but it's not more intelligent either. You know
The
what I mean?
So the worst thing for me, I get if so talking about some cons now. The worst
Mhm.
thing for me is the dialogue and the pacing. The
The
dialogue
dialogue
is
is very there's a lot
so
of dialogue, not as
boring.
much action.
It's and it's not even good dialogue. You watch like other movies and TV shows where they're very dialogue heavy.
Andor has brilliantly written dialogue.
Yeah, dialogue is enjoyable and interesting.
You're just an Andor apologist.
None
Everybody
of
is who's watched Andor. I'm not kidding. Everyone loves Andor if you watch the whole
Also,
thing.
I guess aside from Sabine, I wasn't really getting Ahsoka from Rosario Dawson. I wasn't really getting Hera from what's her face.
So you were getting Sabine though.
I was getting Sabine. She felt very much like Sabine, but
You didn't find it like her deep connection, like the moment of her with Ezra and the hologram and her remembering, reminiscing, that you didn't feel like that was shallow when it was supposed to be deep. Like I felt
yeah,
like
oh yeah, that was absolutely
Yeah.
shallow. No, no,
so
no. I think the way that she is acting and saying her lines is the same as Sabine. I'm talking about
okay.
like the way that the performers are performing. I was telling Josh, like watching the show, when she talks,
hmm
she has certain inflections that make her
Mm,
kind of almost, in the Clone Wars it was like whiny,
Right.
demanding, and
Right.
then as an adult it's commanding.
Mm.
And I
yeah.
think Rosario Dawson is playing it more wise, but she wasn't
Mhm.
doing that in the TV show in like Rebels.
Mm.
She was still Ahsoka. She still had like that kind of command of a
Yeah,
conversation.
she was definitely even this. She was definitely more of the strong, silent character
Mhm.
she was putting on than she was even in Mando season 2
Yeah.
or Book of
Yeah.
Boba Fett. So
Mhm.
it seems like she's trying to shift her character for her show, and it from what we've already seen from her live action Ahsoka, and it's already not as much enjoyed
Mhm. And
because everyone's saying she just it is kind of boring,
I'll
right?
let you guys I only have like one more con aside from like I have
Mhm.
a lot of little nitpicks that I'm not going to get into. The other like my other biggest con is when the spaceship is shooting at Hera, what were those lasers hitting? That was
Yeah, I
making
don't
them
know.
explode
I don't
midair? What were they hitting?
I don't
The
know.
atmosphere.
No, no, that's not how
No.
lasers were. What were they hitting?
They
No.
weren't hitting anything.
They
They were
weren't
hitting her
hitting
girl
any-
bossity. Her
Th-
girl
There was no
shield.
force field around. They weren't hitting anything.
She
That
has
was
a girl
They
shield.
should have been hitting the ground. It would have been cool to see Ahsoka maybe like dodge a blaster bolt from the ship.
No.
That would be cool.
Um
Or at least try to deflect with her lightsaber.
So I mean, overall, I think if I'm gonna say what's gonna keep me watching the show, which I will continue watching, either because I'm morbidly curious or I'm actually interested in the villains here. I'm interested in Ray Stevenson's character, Balin, and I'm interested in his apprentice. I believe her name is Ivana. Her Shin Hatai.
Yeah.
That's her character name. So I'm interested in those two, if I'm being honest. And it already kind of seems like she has questions for her master. You know what I mean?
I actually think they're probably going to be more side villains, while the other lady from the Mandalorian episode is going to be
The
the
magistrate,
the main villain.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
You know, when I first turned it on, the apprentice, whatever they call, they're not inquisitors, but the bad girl, the apprentice.
Shin.
I was like, it's Grace Vanderwall.
Yeah, she
And-
looks very much like Grace
And I'm
Vanderwall.
like, that's not Grace. We've only seen 2 episodes, and they will, I think, do some new stuff, maybe. But there was a lot of we've seen this before type thing. You know, we open up where she's riding a motorcycle, and I'm like, I saw this in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Kirk
Did that not feel
Kirk
exactly
did it
like the
first.
Star Trek thing where it's the BC Boys? It's like ba bum, ba bum,
Mhm.
ba bum.
Yeah. And I'm like, we've seen this
No,
before.
no,
And there was a lot of Darth Maul remember berries in there, where like even the floating, robot that's with him, and it's like saying stuff in the background to him as he's trying to look for Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan on Tatooine. But that it was okay. It just, I hope they need to be doing something different.
Even the moment where they're, the leader of Lothal is giving the speech, and he's like, "And here's Sabine. Wait, where's Sabine?" This isn't a cartoon anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be live action. We have all of the actors are being super serious.
To be fair, there was a
And-
mural of the cartoon characters right behind him
Right,
as
but
he was
that
saying
makes
that.
sense
It
because
was.
she's an artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
She made the mural.
Right.
And they also didn't really portray that. They didn't show her painting or doing any of her art or anything.
No, they wanted to open
Not
her
yet.
with a Captain Kirk
They might.
speed, listening to her rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Can't stand it. I want to win.
Yeah, they wanted to showcase her, like, I guess,
She's metal,
badassery.
man. She's metal.
Yeah, she's pretty metal.
Hard.
They
She's
wanted to be
hard.
like,
But
she's hard. She's a rebel youngster.
Mm-hmm.
it is only the first 2 episodes, though. We still have a couple episodes to go, and so this is just our thoughts about episode 1 and 2. Let us know in the comments down below what you guys thought about these 2 episodes, because what did you think about the actors? How are they doing playing these characters? What do you guys think about the world, the effects, just the show? What are you guys thinking how Disney Plus is doing it? Let us know down below. And if you enjoyed this, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.